Incremental greetings. Today I want to speak about what I call the Zander paradox. I have experienced this myself. I'm guilty of that, by the way. And it's been a while that I wanted to gather my thoughts and share that with you. So, what is the Zander paradox? It's optimizing the learning process before actually engaging in such process. Let's dig into that. So, I noticed that there's a tendency, especially for learners, especially the learners who are in the school system, they have a tendency to focus on optimizing the learning tools. Anki, space repetition software, could be Remnote and other tools that are emerged, and methods before engaging in the actual learning process. What does that mean? That, hey, I have Anki or Remnote, or how do I turn this setting? How do I do this? Do I do that? Oh, there's this add-on, there's this other method. And I'm investing a lot of time with this before I take any action. I still don't learn, if that makes sense. So basically, how lies the conflict between preparation and execution? I'm preparing forever, or way too much, which leads me to the opposite effect that I'm looking for. I want to optimize my learning process, meaning I spend the least amount of time and I yield the maximum results. That's the optimization. But with this paradox, actually what happens is the opposite. I spend a lot more time and my learning is quite so-so or is not even there. So the core question, why do individuals prioritize optimization over initiating the learning journey or the learning process? Because optimization should enhance the learning process, not precede it. It's not something that, hey, first then I will learn how to use Anki, for instance, and then I will learn. It's like when you're a kid and you learn how to speak a language, speaking a language, your native language, right? Or could be bilingual, if you will, and so on. You could not learn how to speak a language without speaking any language in particular, right? Same thing. Or why should optimize your learning process without actually learning? What are you optimizing? There's nothing, right? So there are two main reasons. I avoid it at all cost. So what you will see written here, this kind of slides, procrastination. So at the end of the day, the reasons, according to me, for the Zander paradox is always the same. It goes to the same place, the root. It's always because procrastination, and this procrastination is because of coercion. You want to study something you don't want. Therefore, you have a motivation to increase the optimization of that process. So for you, it's as easy and as short as possible. So first reason, psychological comfort. So if you optimize this process before your learning process, because before you actually learn, it gives you a misconception of progress. You have the illusion you're making progress when you still haven't started learning. And second is the fear of inefficiency because of the school system. That, oh, I'm wasting my time, or my time is limited, I have this amount of weeks or months, so I need the best method, the best tool, and optimize it to the maximum so I can yield the best grades possible. Nice. So let's expand on the first. We know that optimization feels productive and safe. It's a good thing, right? Hey, I have seen many books, YouTube videos about productivity, and I could simplify that it's universally seen, perceived as something positive, and reduces the anxiety by creating a sense of readiness. Even though, at the end of the day, oh shoot, I put my mistake. I thought I deleted all of the instances. My mistake. It's the Zander paradox is procrastination that needs bolding. It's procrastination in disguise. It's procrastination in disguise. I think that I'm optimizing the learning process before I actually learn to have this artificial perception, distorted sense of progress when I actually didn't start yet. Let me go further already and share some examples with you. We will revisit that. So imagine a painter, a person who endlessly mixes colors but never starts the painting. So imagine this guy suffers from the Zander paradox. Is no. Let's say that I have an assignment or whatever. No, I want to mix the colors. I mean, that's a skill. Manually mix the colors so I get the specific shade of whatever color I want and so on. But hey, the canvas is getting rusty and is still empty. You are not painting anything. You're optimizing before taking action. No action is taken. It's some sort of procrastination in disguise. Another one, a chef. A chef rearranging spices instead of cooking a meal. So imagine that, hey, I have ton of species, herbs and stuff like that. But hey, let me optimize this. The sorting is optimal, meaning the amount of times that I will have to take a bottle out. So I need the second layer of the bottles. It will be the least amount of times possible, based on frequency. Yeah, but look at that. The vegetables and meat is still raw. You're not cooking anything. You're not taking action. Writer, same thing. Organizing the tools. Perhaps this is more outdated because now it's with a laptop. But imagine that, hey, I want to optimize the layout, how it seems in the Word, the structure, which font I will use, or the desktop of my environment. The coffee will be here, the cup of water there, But look at that, the Word, page of Word is still blank. Nothing has been written yet. No action has been taken. Athlete, you see the pattern? That, hey, let me optimize the clothing, all other stuff related to the sport. But hey, I'm still sitting on the couch. I'm still sitting there. I haven't exercised it yet. Photographer, that, hey, look at that. You have a super fancy, stunning sunset. But hey, let me optimize. And what will be the lens that will take the most out of it? But with this procrastination in disguise, the sunset is finishing and it will become dark, right? It's missing the point. So the photographer wanted to optimize the process, and because of the Zander paradox, it led to the opposite result. And it will take a suboptimal image. And I even have more. Musician. That you could fine tune, let me fine tune the instrument as much as possible, But wait, I'm spending so much time optimizing this that I'm not even playing the instrument in reality. You see the point? I think this is more palpable. So let's go back. So what happens usually is, you're a student and you have an exam. So let me choose some apps that I can use. There are many. I'm not going to put details in which ones. Supermemo won't be one of those, more likely. And this is just an example. Let me do some method. This method that Tana something I have seen in X or Twitter or in YouTube. But whatever you do, it will precede the actual practice. This is because if you're a student, you don't want to actually start that. You want to procrastinate. But instead of playing Minecraft that doesn't have anything to do, or watch Netflix, you do something related to the task that optimizes that task, that process, but you never take any action on that process. It's like some sort of trying to lie to yourself. That, hey, I'm putting effort, but it's a false sensation. And as I said at the beginning, I'm guilty of this as well. So reason 4, the second reason, is fear of inefficiency. Basically, because of the bad habits acquired at the school. You want to be perfect, or decision paralysis. There are way too many options, way too many methods I can follow, and the fear of wasting your time, right? Okay. So to recap, before I do suggest the a solution. So we know that optimization is valuable. Yes, but only when it's paired with action. Why do I want to optimize something I'm not going to use? A simple analogy that I think of, which I'm guilty of doing. I have a subscription on the gym, but I'm not going to the gym. So what's not true is the example. So what's genuine, it's this, but what's not genuine is the example. So let's say that I want to optimize the route. So hey, if you take this combination, if you take this route, hey, it's the minimum time you will get to the gym. You minimize the time of travel, Yeah. But why do I want to optimize the travel time? So I get no traffic lights or the minimum traffic lights. So overall, this over-optimization, because it's too precautious, it's way early to do this optimization, delays the learning process and reduces the success, which goes exactly against itself, the optimization. You get the opposite effect. So what will be the learning journey? Begin with simple tools and methods, whatever you have already in your hands. Even if you know it's not the best, it's in a start. Start with that. Because then you can adapt and optimize incrementally, iteratively. And engaging with the material actively, you will create those iterations. It's easy to do. You're going to start with the most shitty thing you want, and it's just a matter of more steps, but you will get there. Because you start with action. That's the key, start with action. So then, that's easy to say, but not easy to do. How to overcome the Zander paradox, embracing perfection. I know one person, I will link the video there, that he was guilty of perfectionism, and I think after a while, long while, I think it was more than a year, he overcome it. Set clear goals, what you want. Basically, the actions you want to take. And focus on the outcomes of those actions, not the processes, because this will change with time. In other words, efficiency and effectiveness. You know that effectiveness is just getting the results done, regardless if it was optimal or not. Usually it's very far from optimal, but it's effective. You get things done. Once you get things done, so you have carry on the action, and the action is finished, then okay, now I can iterate and translate this effectiveness to efficiency. Therefore, I optimize, but I optimize with action. I don't optimize that I want to be efficient before I even started, right? Cool. So overall, it's as simple as that, and almost everything. That's why I say that incrementalism is a lifestyle, because once you get it in any domain, it's the same thing for almost any single domain. You start small. Use any available method, whatever you have in your hands. It could be that you start, I don't know, handwriting the notes over and over, which is the most painful and useless method. It's in a start, you have an action. Then you monitor the results. So you measure before and after. You do A/B testing. And with this, you can track progress. And based on that, hey, this didn't work. This worked. And you iterate on that. You have action. And you iterate on those actions. So eventually what you're doing is action combined with optimization. Not optimization for the sake of optimization without any action. So the take away message is that learning is messy. It's extremely complex, redundant to some degree. There are techniques that contradict each other, or that they need a lot of prerequisites. You have to be used to this kind of way. It's not that overnight I will learn, for instance, how to use incremental reading or Supermemo, the software I'm using now, as some sort of slideshow. There's a perfect start. There's actually no perfect end either. The most important thing is to start. That's what I did with this YouTube channel, Plausible Learning, what you're watching now. My first videos, feel free to watch them, are crap. I cringe when I see those. But I did this rule. I started with what I knew. I had the tools I had. Boom. I started with action. And then I optimized. And here I am. Then, second takeaway is that learning progress begins with action. Action here needs to be bolded. Because optimization, at the end of the day, optimization is just a supporting activity, not the main goal. You may have seen some games, phone games, like the cookie clicker, that you can buy upgrades to make cookies faster. So you can buy grandmas that they will cook more cookies faster. But it never ends because then what happens is that the end becomes the mean. Like the optimization becomes the goal. That I do cookies for the cookies faster, so you can do cookies even faster and faster and faster, and that is always the same goal. And it never ends. No. Optimization is like a side effect of learning. Because at the end of the day, once you spend a lot of years learning, as long as it's not coerced, you will improve your learning process. You will optimize the learning process. So I want to wrap up this with a quote from Zig Ziglar. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. This is massive. You don't have to be great to start. Even if it's shitty, start. Because the most precious thing to become great, to achieve greatness, is the action. If you don't take action, you will be in the Zander paradox, optimizing for something you will never do. Optimizing a tool that you will never use. Meaning, you have wasted your time and you didn't achieve your goal. Even worse than before. So final thought is that optimization can guide learning. But learning itself is the ultimate optimization. Because learning it becomes meta. It becomes meta. Zander paradox, optimizing before learning. That are my 2 cents. Let me know your opinion. And see you incrementally.